Hey, what's going on YouTube? As requested by at least 18 of you, here's going to be our Clash of Wills clear for the Harpy of Unknown Origin, Podarge. This is the bird fairy demon enemy that is weak to wind, light, and ice. As you can see on the right-hand side, I do have a rank 1. I grabbed that rank 1 last night. Went back and kind of cleaned up the clear and the gear a little bit to make it a little easier, as well as some changes to my rotation. And I've got a 10-turn clear for you that's going to be, pretty straightforward depending on what units you have. Thankfully, most of the units are very old. And none of them are Malphasy because, as you saw in my poll video, I did not get one, and I have not tried to get one since. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you our general roadmap of this clear. Turns 1 through 5 are going to be prep. Turn 6, we're going to burst and push the 50% threshold. Turn 7, we're going to remove buffs and then keep pushing. On turn 9, we're going to burst again. Depending on how well that burst goes, we could kill the boss or maybe not. So if we don't kill it on turn 9, we're going to go ahead and simulate what it looks like to, have to do with turn 10, and we're going to use we're going to do another buff removal and finish up the fight. So that's kind of what we're looking for here. Turn 6 burst, turn 9 burst, finish the fight, the boss on turn 10. So there you have it. We'll take a quick look at our team. Go ahead and turn on all of our modifiers. There we go. And here's our team. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up the gear camera so you can see that. We'll do the gear first as usual. There we go. So you can see that our tank is going to be Elena. Elena in the base form has, a ton of wind resistance and some dark resistance. Mainly wind resistance is all she really needs. And there she is. She's got a blizzard orb for countering and stuff like that. Ash's leg armor is mainly there just to help reduce the cost of MP. Her stuff is expensive, and then the rest of her gear is just invested in wind resistance, including her vision card. Her shift form technically geared for damage. She's got as much bird killer as we can creep in there, fairy killer, a little bit of demon killer. She's got what she needs. She's not really doing a whole lot of damage. She's got a little bit. Doesn't even have her true to wield maxed out. Her LB damage is maxed because she is using her LB. One turn she's not, but there you go. You could take some resistance off, but she does still need it, even though she's in her her shift form, because you don't want her taking too much damage and dying. So there you go. I'm leaving her just like this. I'm just letting her contribute to the chains and do her thing. There's Elena. Tsukiko in the base form, wearing Galbana Lilies for morale fill, morale filling. We could even put a better morale filling rod on here. We could put on, what is it called, the candy cane. Is it? What is it called? Peppermint rod. We could put that on there just for morale fill. She's not doing any damage in this base form, so there you go. And then just normal stuff, whatever. Mine is wearing the Ayaka Vision card yet again for Cherished Gift. If you don't have this, put on Magic Boost Plus, and the turn chart is going to reflect using Magic Boost Plus as well. But she's doing a lot of stuff for us, including morale fill, removing buffs, or removing debuffs and things like that. In the shift form, no surprises here. She's got all of her stats maxed out. Esper damage, Evo damage, LB damage, True Double Hand, and she's going to be just doing chaining with her Solar Flare and Shining Karmic yet again. There you go. Tsukiko, still holding on. Sylvie is going to be doing Sylvie things. She's got a Blizzard Orb. She's got Galbana Lilies. She's got Lakshmi Synergy to counter and restore debuffs just in case. You could probably take that off, honestly. I'm leaving it on there just as an option because it's kind of neat when she does it. Priestess's Vengeance, just to try and fill a little bit of morale, She's got some evasion. She's got dark resistance, a little tiny bit. Mostly just evasion. We're good. Evasion's going to help her out a lot. There you go. And then the shift form, basically the same. You don't really need the Chocobo Feather accessories. Guts is always useful just to have it. More Priestess Vengeance, Lakshmi Synergy, whatever. She's wearing Melissa's Vision card because it does fill quite a bit of morale and lets her wear a shield at the same time. I happen to pick up a Melissa finally, and by golly, I'm going to use her Vision card. Yay. There we go. There's Sylvie. Kaito in the base form, wearing the Treasured Memorial Ring and Empress Celestite Rod just to fill morale in the first turn, and then to spend the rest of the fight in the shift form, where he's got all of his stuff capped out. He's got Demon, fairy, and bird. LB damage a little bit. He's not really doing his LB very much. He does it on one turn just to kind of contribute to chaining. Not that important. So we're not really focusing on it. But you know, true double hand. He's technically geared for damage. And there you have it. He's hard to gear for this fight, not gonna lie. 2B, in the base form, you know, wearing, well, she's just got everything capped, you know, true double hand, demon, bird, fairy, LB, wearing one of Rick's TMRs, and there you go, all that stuff. Her own vision card, you can put something better on if you have something better, but you know, whatever. And then basically same exact build in the shift form. And there you have it. No surprises here. And then Richt. So Richt is going to be here, as well as Kaito, to be removing buffs for us. They're using their special skills to do that. Richt gears pretty easily for this fight, and he does do the most damage in our clear. He's got the same gear in both forms: true double hand, bird, beast, or bird, fairy, demon. LB damage, not really focusing on that. We're not using his LB here, so you don't really need it. Yeah. We don't really need it. It technically does more damage, but it doesn't chain with the families of the people that we have with us, so it's kind of hard to recommend using that. We are using his LB in the shift form one time, but it's just not that much damage. Not that much damage. It's not a huge deal. He's just for building stuff up, so I'm not focusing on it. I'm letting the gear focus into his killers, and you'll see what I'm talking about there in a little bit. Mine's wearing the Titus Vision card just because it has chain cap up, so kind of useful. You know, if you've got something better, put something better on. There you go. And there's our team. So we'll go ahead and pop the actions up. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here just in case the video does not end up working, and come back to this point and rerun it. And then we will we'll go. Be right back. Okay. Here's the boss. So we're going to start off with Kaito. And Kaito's going to remove the boss's preemptive stuff and put some debuffs and stuff on the boss. That way we can try and survive the first turn here. Crashing wave, deep submersion, destabilizing form. There you go. Awesome. Tsukiko is going to go to the shift form, and she is going to Omamori and Solar Flare. That's going to seal the boss, hit the boss with light. 2B is going to just chain bolting strikes and fill morale for the first turn here. And Rick is basically going to do the same thing, just chaining bolting strikes. Sylvie is going to put up some buffs for us, so we're going to do Petals, Vines, and Paladin's Resolve. I don't think we're broken or anything yet. No, we're not broken yet. There you go. So, don't have to worry about breaks just yet. And then Elena is going to use Azure Salvation. We're just going to chain all that together. Now, there is a random chance that the boss does like extra AoE physical attacks that can wipe you. There's only like a 6% chance. Only seems to happen when I'm recording, so we're going to see if it happens right now. But it's really annoying. Yeah, there it is. And it's killing Tsukiko. I'm gonna see something. Because that's really annoying. If her skill is still unlocked, then we're just gonna move forward. As long as her skill's unlocked, we're gonna move forward. It is, okay. We're gonna move forward. So we're gonna go on to turn 2. I'm not really. It's just random chance. You know, it's just doing what it's doing. You could deal with that by putting like Mirage on the party if you really wanted to, but like honestly, like everyone's surviving except Tsukiko, so it's not a big deal. Now we're on to turn 2. So we're gonna go ahead and do some things that are gonna help us move forward. And we're gonna have Elena use. Sanctuary of the Azure Crystal, Benediction of the Azure Crystal, and then Crystal Echo. That's going to put up a field effect on our side, boost all of our stats and stuff, as well as just to put up mitigations and cover and things like that. Tsukiko is going to Purification, Consecration Light. Now everybody's going to have Light in view, and then a Light Imperil Field. Also going to fill in a little bit of morale. Filthy is going to do vines, petals, and compassionate. That's filling morale, healing, putting up stat break immunity and ailment immunities and stuff like that. There we go. And then our 3 back row chainers, they're going to use some skills. They're going to use 1 skill and then 2 chaining moves. Right, so 2B's going to do the same thing. True Charge, Hold, and 2 chaining moves. Rick is going to do Luminous Burst and 2 chaining moves. And we're just going to try and we're just going to send them all and just kind of chain it up a little bit. Again, not really doing a whole lot of damage here, but we're not quite ready to burst yet. There we go. Stuff is missing. We're doing a lot better. We got mitigations now. Awesome. Okay. Turn 3. We're gonna do a little bit of damage here, just like a couple points. And again, we're gonna be doing like 1 skill and then 2 chainings. So we're gonna do Downpour, on Kaito, Torrential Force, and then whatever you want. Deep or destabilizing. You could also use Stream or Natural Flux depending on how far your morale is pushed. I'm gonna use Deep just because that's what my chart says. So. Oh no, my chart does not. My chart says, oh gosh, I did something goofy. Okay, we're gonna use, of course it says, oh gosh. Follow my chart, okay? Ignore that. So we're gonna use Force, Downpour, and Deadly Stream. Okay, whatever. I made a mistake. Mistakes happen. It's not a huge deal. We're going to use Avoid and True Charge Blade, again, so just like a skill and 2 chainings, right? And Rick is going to use Light Whip from Within and 2 chainings. That's the important thing. Tsukiko is going to Purification 3 times. So it's going to fill morale and get rid of imperils. Sylvie is going to do Vines, Petals, and Burgeoning. Filling lots of morale. And then Elena is chaining with the others, right? So we're going to use Benediction and Pollux Blade twice. So we'll just send all those chainers and fill morale, right? Morale is totally full now. Do a little bit of damage. We're at 97%. Lots of magic damage happening here. It's okay. There we go. Awesome. Okay, turn 4. We're going to refresh Elena's LB here. So as your salvation, Kaito is going to use Stream, Flux, and Downpour again. 2B is going to use the Shift LB. Rick is going to use his Shift LB as well on turn 4. We're going to chain all them together with Elena. Tsukiko, if you have Magic Boost Plus and not the Ayaka card, then you want to use Magic Boost Plus on this turn. I'm going to use Purification 3 times because I have the Ayaka Vision card, and I want to fill the morale. It's getting the morale's filling back up, so we're going to fight that. Because we're doing some LBs here, Sylvie's going to shift and use Leaping Love. There we go. Let's help us do a little bit of damage. We're hoping to do about 9% damage here, okay? Is what we're aiming for. And we'll see how we do. Perfectly on time. Look at that, 88%, just like the chart says. Okay, so turn 5 is our prep turn, right? So we're not doing a ton of damage here. We're gonna do a little bit, but we're mainly prepping. So to help us prep, come on, all the auto casting has to go. Tsukiko is going to use Cherish Gift. Sylvie is going to use Poached Demon on 2B, and then a Cheerful Strike 2 times to fill morale. There we go. Kaito is going to use Stream, Flux and Flux, or Stream, Flux and Stream. 2B is going to use Supreme Weapon Support and 2 Charge Blades. Richt is going to use Hope and Trusted. And Luminous Shield Demon. And I'm just realizing, oh my gosh, I'm such a goober. I used the wrong shift form. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're gonna be fine. Okay. And then Elena. This clear is just full of mistakes already. 2 True Luminous and 2 Pollux Blades. So we're just gonna again chain all them together. You could use your buffs here if you really want to. You don't really need to because we do have Leaping Love online. Let's just chain this. We're gonna hopefully do about 5% damage. Okay. We did 4. It's all good. Oh no, we did 5%. That's fine. My chart says we did 6. We did 5. It's whatever. We're about to severely overcap the boss, so it's fine. I'm not worried about our damage. Unless using Richt's base LB instead of shift LB matters. I don't think it's going to. It's going to be okay. Okay. Get everybody ready. Elena is going to use her shift LB. Tsukiko is going to use her Shining Karmic. Sylvie is going to use defense and 2 Clever Strikes. She's going to help us with chaining here. Kaito is going to use Torrential Bladestorm 3 times. We're going to use our base LB with 2B. And we're going to use Shining Strike with Richt. And that's going to help us do some damage. We're going to use our attack and magic buff. Because why not? Because it's there. And then we're going to send basically Kaito, Sylvie, Tsukiko, and Elena all at the same time. Wait just a second, and then send our Extreme Nova folks. So for the first 4, there you go. Wait, and send those. Hit the damage cap, 3.4. We're fine. So some people get thrown out of the fight. It happens. And that's why I wanted to not lower Elena's resistance too much, is because she does do some tanking in that form for that one turn. Alright. Now we gotta kind of recover from that and rebuild. First action. Kaito. Unpredictable Tide, Crashing Wave, and Downpour. Get rid of all the boss's stuff. And dispelling the boss for the next 3 turns. Okay? Very good. To do a little bit of damage, we're going to use True Charge Bolt and then 2 Blade R40s. Richt is going to also use Luminous Burst and then 2 Bolting Strikes. Tsukiko is going to go back to base form. She's going to use Omamori, Purification, and Light Consecration. Make sure everybody's going to do the fight. Sylvie's going to go back to base form and use Vines, Petals, and Compassionate Knight. Yes. And Elena is going to use, she's going to recover. She's going to use Benediction. She's going to use Shelga for mitigation, and she's going to use Curiga to heal herself. And because we've got them, why not use our stat buffs? There we go. And we'll just send our chainers there to do a little bit of damage. And we did 4%. We're right on target. It's all good. pretty minimal damage most turns. Between our provoke tank and our cover tank, we got it unlocked here. Alright. We're mainly just fighting morale here. So we're going to have Elena use Sanctuary and 2 Benedictions. Tsukiko is going to use a couple purifications. So we're going to use 3 purifications. Just to fill morale. And Sylvie is on the last act. We're going to talk about Sylvie in just a second. She's the last one to go. Kaito is going to do Stream, Flux, Stream, whatever. 2B. We use Shifted LB here. And Richt is going to use Light from Within, Leading Light, and then Luma Shield Demon. That way he can do a nice big burst on turn 9 with his really, really big amp. And so, yeah, we're going to send these 2 first, get all our morale filling. There we go. We're fighting that morale gauge here in the last part of the fight. And then Sylvie's going to go last, so we'll talk about Sylvie in just a second. Here we go. Just doing a little bit of damage. You know, in fact, we're ahead of the game. We're at 40%. My chart says 41. We're doing great. Sylvie now. Go to the shift port. And here we go. We're going to send Coach Demon on 2B. I've got your back on 2B, so she can chain next turn, do her LB. And then just a clever strike to fill LB gauge for anybody else who might need it. There we go. Here's our second burst turn, where hopefully we do a lot of damage and maybe even kill the boss. But if we don't, we've got a plan for that too. Okay, turn 9. Elena's gonna shift, use her shifted limit burst here. Kaito is gonna use, Stream, Flux, Stream. We're gonna downshift 2D, use her base LB. Richt is gonna use Shining Strike again. Sylvie is going to use Leaping Love. And Tsukiko is going to use Solar Flare 3 times. So we don't have Shining Karmic unlocked, because it's done. So there we go. And we don't need to use the buffs because Leaping Love is online, but we will go ahead and chain this up. And we are hoping to land in like the 8, 10, 12 region. And so we'll see how we do. Again, we're going to send these 3 chainers and then the back ones just a little bit after that. So these 3 go. Oh, geez. I messed it up. We still landed where we wanted to. Hey, we capped twice. That's awesome. Mistakes were made. Awesome. Very cool. We're basically here. So we're on turn 10. We did not kill the boss, right? What we're going to do from here is Tsukiko is going to use Shining Karmic. And Sylvie is going to Clever Strike 3 times. To try and fill LB wages. Didn't quite make it for 2B, so that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to chain, in this case, we're just going to chain Kaito. We're going to use, really, we need to use buffs here. So we'll use Downpour, Stream, and Flux. And if this ends up not working, we'll just redo this video because there's been enough mistakes that, we're just having problems here. Pollux Blade, Beetlejuice, there we go. And here's where Richt's going to come in. So Richt is going to go first. Richt is going to use Moment of Weakness to remove the boss's buffs that just got added, and then 2 Determinations to protect. And then I guess with 2B, we're just going to use Blade here because we don't have our LB ready, which is kind of a shame. Use all of our morale skills. We may very well not get at this run. So some weird stuff just happened. So I don't really know why Elena died there. I've never had her die there. Really strange. Really weird things are going on. So we'll send Rick and then send everybody else. We got it anyway. So Rick's going first, clears all the bosses, buffs and mitigations and stuff like that. That's just kind of an example of how you could do it. You know, follow my turn chart as best you can. I'm really not sure why the goopy stuff happened, but I've done this clear multiple times and not had any of that goopy stuff happen, so there you have it. Perfect score. We damage capped 2 times, and did just fine, and yeah. I've seen Rick's be a little bit higher. I'm not really sure why, just, you know, variance. I've seen him over 4 billion by himself, though. And Tsukiko really holding on. I mean, goodness sakes, one of my favorite units. And there you have it. So let's see if we get anything good. I did not get anything I want. Dismiss. And hopefully that'll help you get a perfect score as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim out all the bad attempts that I did. Actually I might leave a couple of them. No, we'll go ahead and trim them out because we did end up leaving one in there, as you can see what happened. So I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys on Thursday, which is tomorrow, for new content night over on Twitch. Yeah, take care guys, be good to each other.